In this video, we're breaking down Lemonade versus Spot Pet Insurance so you can understand exactly what each company offers, how their pricing really works, what is and isn't covered, and ultimately which one is a better fit for your dog or cat. Hey everyone, it's Erin from Insurance Wise, and today we are going to walk through step by step through real quotes, real coverage pages, and real walkthroughs so nothing is vague or confusing. If you're a pet parent, you already know how emotional it can be when something goes wrong, and because of that, any decision about their health, especially something as long-term as insurance, deserves clarity. By the end, you'll know exactly which one makes the most sense for your pet. Let's get started. We're beginning with Lemonade because their entire brand is built on speed, simplicity, and a very modern digital experience. Everything from signing up to filing a claim is designed to feel smooth and almost effortless, and you'll see that the moment we land on their homepage. First thing you want to do is click the link down below and we will land here on Lemonade's homepage. The very first thing that stands out is how much they focus on simplicity. So as we scroll down at the top section, you see their tagline, "Insurance for the 21st century." That line isn't just normal marketing, it's a signal that Lemonade is trying to solve the exact pain pointers pet owners usually complain about, whether it's long phone calls, slow claims, confusing paperwork, and outdated systems. Instead of all of that, Lemonade automates almost everything using their internal AI. On the other side, there's a real example of a claim being approved with a $400 reimbursement, and it shows that it happened within minutes, so that level of speed is one of Lemonade's biggest selling points. Because in real life, when your dog swallows something, that level of speed is one of Lemonade's biggest selling points, because in real life, when your dog swallows something or your cat suddenly needs an x-ray, the last thing you want to deal with is paperwork or waiting days to see if you will get reimbursed. For people who are busy, anxious about finances, or who simply want a frictionless experience, Lemonade really leans into this feeling of efficiency and convenience. They want you to feel like the entire process, from signing up to filing a claim, is fast, digital, and hassle-free. So they've built an insurance system that works the way we wish every insurance company worked. Lemonade reinforces that promise with social proof. You'll see their 4.9 star App Store rating, and you'll notice they are top rated across multiple independent review sites. These aren't hand-picked testimonials, they are real scores from real users and seeing near perfect ratings from tens of thousands of people gives Lemonade's credibility from the start. You'll see stories like Simba, who needed emergency surgery, where Lemonade covered more than $2,000, and also with Dot, who had a urinary issue and still had over half of the bill reimbursed. So these examples serve two important purposes for someone researching insurance. First, they show that Lemonade does pay out real money, not just small amounts, but meaningful claims that genuinely relieve financial stress during emergencies. Second, they show the types of situations Lemonade actually supports: urinary infections, sudden injuries, emergency surgeries, the exact things most pet owners end up dealing with at some point. When a provider highlights real stories instead of vague promises, it helps people understand how the policy actually works when something goes wrong. And for beginners, seeing that breakdown displayed so transparently helps remove a lot of the fear around choosing a plan. Here is what Lemonade actually covers, and this is where you really start to see whether a company has strong or weak protection. Lemonade's base accident and illness plan includes all the core vet services you would realistically need in an emergency, or if your pet develops a health issue. The diagnostic section covers things like blood tests, x-rays, you've got urinalysis, MRIs, lab work, CT scans, and ultrasounds, basically everything a vet uses to figure out what is wrong with your pet. These can easily cost hundreds of dollars per test, so having all of this included in the base plan is a big deal. They also cover procedures such as emergency care, hospital hospitalization, specialty vet visits, and full surgeries. So this matters because surgeries are where most people get hit with the shockingly high bills. A single torn ACL can run you anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 depending on where you live. Without insurance, that becomes an instant out-of-pocket emergency. With Lemonade, a large portion of that is reimbursed. Prescription medications are included too, which new pet owners often overlook. If your dog gets an infection, needs ongoing arthritis meds, or your cat needs chronic medication for thyroid issues, those prescription costs add up quickly, and Lemonade helps cover those expenses. What makes this strong is not just the number of things covered, it's the fact that it covers the most common and most expensive categories pet owners face. Most accidents and illnesses any dog or cat will experience fall under those services. Basically, Lemonade's base plan covers nearly everything you'd want covered when something unexpected happens. For most pet owners, especially people with younger or generally healthy animals, this level of coverage is exactly what they need without feeling overloaded with add-ons or extras. However, wellness is not included unless you add it. Lemonade gives you an optional preventative care package that covers things like vaccines, annual exams, parasite testing, and routine blood work. If you're someone who visits the vet regularly for checkups, this upgrade can save you money, but if you prefer to pay wellness costs out of pocket, you can definitely skip it. If you have a younger pet, Lemonade's specialized puppy and kitten package is actually very practical. It covers spaying or neutering, microchipping, flea medication, and up to 6 booster vaccines, basically everything you would expect during the first year of life. This is one of Lemonade's strongest offering for new pet parents. Moving into the fine print, and this part is important, Lemonade has specific waiting periods before coverage starts. Lemonade has specific waiting periods before coverage starts. It's 2 days for accidents, 14 days for illnesses, and 30 days for orthopedic issues. Pre-existing conditions are not covered, which is standard across the industry, but Lemonade explains this clearly so you aren't guessing. If your pet has symptoms before your policy starts or during the waiting period, Lemonade won't cover any treatments related to that condition. This is why enrolling early matters more than people realize. All right, so now let's check their prices. It'll bring us to this page. It says, hey, I'm Maya. Do you already have a Lemonade account? I'll put no, click next. Okay, you'll put your first and last name. Let's do this. I have one pet, pet's name. Luca is a dog. Okay, so you put in your street address, put in looks good. You will specify more about your dog or your cat. Tell them their age. 4 years old. He is a Lhasa Apso. Click continue. That's cute. Answer a few more questions. You can put in your email. All right, so now that you are putting in your information, they calculate based off of local vet rates on your address that you put in earlier, also the breed and the age. So now just click see my plan, and now it says that this includes. All right, so for the base plan, it covers Luca for essential care in case of an accident or illness. So this includes diagnostics such as blood tests, x-rays, MRIs, lab work, CT scans, and ultrasounds, procedures and medications. Click got it. So annual deductible, you can adjust them to better your. All right, so annual deductible, we've got our reimbursement rate, annual limit, so you can adjust them to better fit your needs and your budget. Click next. And you can add a visit fee coverage. So this covers the exam fees vet charge for their time when treating a new accident or illness. So that's an additional $9.54 a month. Again, this is most likely going to vary dependent on where you are located. For dental illness coverage, it covers the cost of diagnostics and treatments related to new dental illnesses. Routine dental cleaning is not included. That is $12.95 a month additional. I will click no thanks for now. now. And then there is also a behavioral conditions coverage, which is $349 a month. And then you can also add physical therapy coverage or end of life coverage. And then it has the exact pricing listed so you don't have to guess. And so now you can choose if you want to do routine vet care, which is a wellness exam, 3 vaccines, and it goes into detail if you want to add a little bit more for his or hers accident and illness coverage out of the way, so they can reduce the costs of routine trips to the vet. But I will select no routine vet care because it does come with a great amount already. So the price came out to $49.72 a month. So for my Luca, a 4-year-old Lhasa Apso in Brooklyn, it'll be $49.72 a month. Then we will check out. All right, so the price came out to $49.72 with an 80% reimbursement rate, a $250 deductible, and a $20,000 annual limit. It's solid coverage, and in the world of pet insurance, $20,000 per year is usually enough for even emergencies. You'll notice that adding wellness or dental add-ons increases the monthly cost, so your final premium will depend on how much you want covered. So overall, Lemonade is ideal for pet owners who want a simple, polished digital experience, fast claims, and straightforward coverage, especially if your pet is young or healthy. However, wellness and many extras come at an additional cost, and their pricing can be higher depending on your deductible and reimbursement choices. Now let's take a look at Spot because the differences here are significant. Spot takes a different approach. Instead of being the sleek, ultra-modern platform, Spot focuses on giving you as much flexibility and customization as possible. Their plan tends to be more adjustable, especially if you are trying to stay within a specific budget or you have an older pet. All right, so click the link down below and it'll bring you to Spot's homepage. You'll see their main selling points right away. You get up to 90% reimbursement, the ability to use any licensed vet in the US or in Canada, and 24/7 telehealth report. This already sets them apart because their telehealth access is a big value add, especially if you often find yourself wondering whether something is worth a vet visit. Spot separates their plans into illness, accident, and wellness categories, and their illness coverage is extremely comprehensive. They cover skin issues, ear infections, behavioral problems, hereditary conditions, cancer, dental illnesses, all in one place. This is a huge win for breeds that are prone to medical issues. When we look at how Spot Pet Insurance works, the first thing they emphasize is simplicity. Spot lets you visit any licensed veterinarian, emergency clinics, specialty hospitals, or your regular vet, which gives you complete flexibility. After the visit, all you do is upload the bill through the Spot website or mobile app. They review it, calculate your reimbursement, and send the money straight to your bank account. Spot claims they process many reimbursements in as little as 48 hours. And while that won't be every single claim, the transparency here matters. I mean, fast reimbursement makes a huge difference when you are dealing with a Fast reimbursement makes a huge difference when you're dealing with huge vet bills, especially if your emergency fund is small or you are juggling multiple expenses. Their claim is probably the best way to understand the real value. It shows a $12,000 $345 cancer treatment bill where Spot reimbursed $11,110. When you see numbers like that, it stops being theory, it becomes real. So those surgeries, hospitalization, chemotherapy, these things are life-changing financially. So without insurance, many pet owners end up having to make heartbreaking decisions because the cost is simply too high. Examples like this show how insurance can be the difference between we can't afford this and our pet gets to live. Spot leans heavily in these real life breakdowns because it helps beginners understand that it's not about $50 appointments. It's about protecting yourself from the situations that would wipe out your savings. Now we get to see the section where Spot highlights the benefits that set them apart. This is the part where they start to differentiate themselves from Lemonade and other major competitors. Spot emphasizes that their plan covers prescription pet food, behavioral modification, microchip implantation, alternative therapies, breed specific conditions, and chronic illnesses at no extra add on cost. This is important because these categories are becoming more common in real life. For example, a lot of dogs struggle with separation anxiety, reactivity, or compulsive behaviors. Behavioral modification training, especially when prescribed by a vet, can be hundreds of dollars per session. Spot includes that under their standard accident and illness plan. Prescription diets are another major cost. Pets with kidney disease, pancreatitis, severe allergies, or digestive disorders often require special food that's significantly more expensive than regular kibble. Spot covers medically necessary prescription food, which many other providers don't do. They also highlight coverage for hereditary and congenital conditions, things like hip dysplasia, heart disease, or breed-related allergies. Breeds like Frenchies, Goldens, Cavaliers, German Shepherds, or Persians are especially prone to hereditary issues. If your pet is prone to these problems, Spot usually ends up being the more cost-effective provider long term. This section is Spot saying if your pet has ongoing needs, allergies, anxiety, or breed-related medical issues, we are built for you. All right, now we look at Spot's comparison table, and this is where the difference becomes more obvious, especially for older pets or pets with unpredictable health needs. Spot highlights several major advantages here. There is no upper age limit, meaning you can enroll senior pets even if they're already in their later years. This is huge because some providers deny coverage after a certain age, making senior enrollment impossible. There are no lifetime caps, which means Spot won't ever stop covering you just because your pet has had expensive medical issues across multiple years. Some insurance companies have lifetime maximums, and once you hit it, you're done. But Spot doesn't. Spot also does not require an exam before enrollment. You can sign up without going through unnecessary pre-checks or waiting for vet documentation. And finally, Spot offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is extremely beginner-friendly. If you sign up and decide the plan is not right for you, maybe you want a different deductible, different reimbursement rate, or a different provider, you can cancel early and get your money back as long as you haven't filed a claim. These benefits matter most to people who have older pets, rescue pets with unknown medical histories, or anyone who wants a flexible plan that won't kick them out when things get expensive. So now I am going to click for the price and I'm going to fill out information. All right, so once you put in all the information for Luca, we finally got the real Spot quote pulled up, and this is where Spot shines for affordability. For the accident and illness plan, Luca's rate is $18.59 a month with a $2,500 annual limit, 70% reimbursement, and a $500 deductible. So this is a starter level plan that keeps the monthly costs low while still giving you meaningful protection for common emergencies. What's useful for beginners is how customizable Spot is. You can adjust your annual limit, deductible, and reimbursement percentage until the price fits your comfort length. If you want a higher reimbursement rate, like 80% or 90%, you can upgrade. If you want to go unlimited, so you're covered for everything without annual caps, Spot offers that too. The point of showing Luca's quote is to demonstrate that Spot gives you full control over your pricing. If you want strict budget protection, you can keep your monthly cost low. If you want maximum peace of mind and the ability to walk into an emergency room without worrying about the bill, Spot lets you build that plan as well. It makes Spot one of the most flexible pet insurance providers, especially for people who need a plan that grows with their dog or cat. Spot also has two wellness tiers, Gold and Platinum, which covers routine exams, tests, vaccines, and even dental cleanings on the Platinum plan. If you want predictable yearly costs, these wellness add-ons are convenient. Spot's exclusions are similar to Lemonade's. Pre-existing conditions and cosmetic procedures aren't covered, but Spot adds exclusive brand discounts, things like FI collars, rover services, DNA tests. The farmer's dog food and pet medications all come with savings, which can offset part of your premium if you're actively buying pet products. So to summarize Spot, it's a flexible, highly customizable insurance policy with strong illness coverage, better options for older pets, and generous perks. Spot gives you more control over your monthly price and coverage, which is a big benefit if your budget changes or if you want more protection without hurting your wallet. Which one is better? So now that you've seen exactly how Lemonade works and exactly how Spot works, the big question is which one is better? And the truth is, there isn't a universal winner. It really comes down to your pet's age, health history, and what kind of pet parent you are. If you are someone who values speed and a clean, modern app-based experience, Lemonade really shines. Their entire system is built around fast approvals, reimbursements, and minimal friction. It feels like using a 2025 version of insurance. And if your pet is young or just starting their vet journey, Lemonade tends to be the more affordable option with a smoother claims flow. Their puppy and kitten package is genuinely useful too. It covers all the preventative things for a new pet, so it's not out of pocket, but Spot plays a different game. It is the better choice for certain pets. If you have an older dog or cat or breed that's prone to hereditary issues, Spot offers way more flexibility. They let you choose your deductible, reimbursement rate, and even offer unlimited annual limits. They also cover behavioral training, prescription food, and chronic conditions in ways that many other companies don't, including Lemonade. That flexibility makes a real difference when your vet tells you your dog needs long-term allergy management or your cat needs prescription food for kidney support for the rest of their life. Lemonade tends to be the more affordable option with a smoother claims flow. Their puppy and kitten package is useful. It covers all the preventative things new pet owners usually pay for out of pocket, but Spot plays a different game. It's the better choice for certain pets. If you have an older dog or cat with hereditary issues, Spot offers way more flexibility. They let you choose your deductible, your reimbursement rate, and even offer unlimited annual limits. They also cover behavioral training, prescription food, and chronic conditions in ways that many other companies don't, including Lemonade. That flexibility makes a real difference when your vet tells you your dog needs long-term allergy management or your cat needs prescription food for kidney support for the rest of their lives. The way I like to think about this is Lemonade is amazing for straightforward coverage and a fast digital-first experience. Spot is amazing for pets who need more customization, long-term care, or specialized medical support. Both are reputable companies, both have strong ratings, both pay out real high-dollar vet bills, and you saw the screenshots for yourself. Neither one is a bad choice. It's really about choosing the plan that matches your pet's lifestyle and your budget. So here's the simplest way to decide. If you want speed, simplicity, and the most beginner-friendly experience, go with Lemonade. If you want flexibility, senior pet coverage, and long-term protection for hereditary or chronic issues, Spot is the safer choice. At the end of the day, the best insurance is the one you'll actually use and the one that gives you peace of mind when your pet needs help the most. So that was a complete walkthrough of Lemonade versus Spot Pet Insurance, how they work, what they cover, how their pricing compares, and which types of pet each one is best for. My goal was to make this feel less confusing and help you understand what you're actually paying for because our pets really are family and choosing the right protection matters. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which one you would choose for your dog or cat. I always love hearing what people decide after seeing both sides. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Erin from Insurance Wise, and I'll see you in the next one.